partner is definitely not new to the beach. Out of Manhattan Beach, California, one of the best players in the nation. No, you know what? One of the best players in the world. A lights-out defender all over the place. She is Lane Carico. And their opponents, ladies and gentlemen, throughout 2017, one of the most steady teams on the tour, but they had to fight to make it to this final. They were down 13-8 in set number 2, down 1-0, and then were just absolutely out of their minds. Scored 28 of the next 40 points, and they are here in the finals, ready to take it home. First player out of Pepperdine University. Let me hear it for Kelley Larsen. And her partner, the Lion out of Loyola Marymount University. My goodness, Betsi, all year long, we're like, they shouldn't be serving Betsi because she is absolutely insane on the side out. She is back and forth behind her blocker. Nothing's going down on her. She is Betsi Flint. Betsi, Kelley, Lane, and an Alix. We stay on our feet. We stay on our feet through first serve. Get those hands together.
There you heard it, everybody. The final is set, and we are off here. I'm Tri Bourne here with Brittany Hochever. Thank you for coming out, Brittany. We got an awesome final coming up, and look at these fans. The vibe is good.
You got it, Tri. It is. It's a beautiful day. It's a little bit cooler than it's been in the last Friday and Saturday, but the finals is set, and both teams are looking real sharp.
I love it. It's probably nice for the players to have a little cooler temps. It was getting close to 90 at one point on Friday, I think.
Holy
down
smokes.
on the sand. So good weather, clear skies, fans are pumped up, and we're doing a little TV delay, I think, here.
Yeah.
Mark Sherman wanted to do another intro. But look at, I mean, I love the atmosphere here. I was getting a little tired, you know, my 4th match of the day, and then these intros came on, the fans started going crazy, and now I'm pumped up. I feel like I'm playing in this final. As you can hear, DJ Roche is just rocking the stadium right now.
Bouncing. We're bouncing, yeah, and pogoing.
The DJ booth tower is now rocking back
Swaying.
and forth. Here we go, Betsi Flint back to serve, the #1 seed. Flint and Larsen playing against Carico and Alix Klineman, the 5 seed. And we are almost set to go here. Here we go, Betsi Flint with the float. Middle to middle, that's an inch out.
It's going to be really interesting to see how Alix Klineman handles her first final. This is her first semifinal, first run at this, and she's an extremely talented indoor player. And so she comes out, and this is her first final, and I'm really curious to see how she feels about things like that coming from Betsi and Kelley. Just real crafty, really skilled, and real quick beach players.
Right.
Betsi and Kelley here in the clean blue and white suits.
Looking fresh. You would notice that, Brittany. Always on top of your gear. Nice block by Kelley Larsen, but that goes out of bounds. You know, yeah, like you said, like Betsi and Kelley are such good beach players. They're gonna make all those really good beach plays that Alix Klineman's not necessarily used to, but at the same time, she has Lane Carico behind her, who's the same kind of player where she has all that experience, and she's been out here for a while. Very crafty beach player herself, Lane Carico.
Lane is real quick in the backcourt, and you pair that up with a sizable block like Alix, and it's no wonder why this team is doing well in their first tournament, I believe, as partners. Lane has been switching around quite a bit and causing a lot of stir, per usual, on the women's side.
Of course. Yeah, in the semifinal, they were playing against Urango and Benson, and Alix Klineman's the size of her block was really just, it was just too much to handle for Benson and Urango. They were trying to move around it, and she takes up so much court that her quick defender in Carico is able to get everything. So let's see how that works here. It's going to be fun to see the two defenders, Flint and Carico, kind of go dig for dig out here.
I got to play against Alex in Huntington when she was playing with Jace Pardon, and that team was real good because Jace Pardon is a great beach player as well. And you just never know timing and things, and it is a funny thing, but I think Jace Pardon is another one of those really good beach players. And it was tough for Emily and I to get through them in a first round. So it's real deep on the women's side.
Definitely, we got Alix Klineman back to serve. She's actually been kind of on a serving tear here this weekend. She's moved up in the rankings all the way to 3rd in aces per set. She definitely got a lot of, got the other team out of system a lot in the semifinal with that standing float as Larsen gets around her right there. You know, she's 6'5". How hard is it, Brittany, to pass? I mean, I'm 6'5", and I'm a men's blocker. How hard is it to pass a float serve coming from a 6'5" player?
You're exactly right. It's like they're throwing darts. Their angles are just completely different. And so as a defender, as you know, in reception, you have to completely change your angles and where your lineup is. And we see Lane Carico's leg pretty taped up in the semifinal. She was wearing a sleeve in the quad, and there was tape under that. So she gets to play behind those crazy angles of Alix Klineman.
Yeah, exactly, and she's very athletic and quick. Nice touch up there at the net by Kelley Larsen. I saw in the semifinal Kelley Larsen, it didn't look like she was playing as well as she had been the whole tournament before, but they just stayed steady. They trusted their game, they pulled it out, and now Kelley's off to a great start here in the first set. There's Lane staying aggressive, hammering that angle.
Yeah, Kelley and Betsi had a little bit of a chunky middle part of this tournament where they were barely getting by. They lost early and then climbed back in it. And it seems that each match they get more and more dialed into their style of play. And Kelley hits a really fast back to the line ball, and when she runs behind, it's a fast angle ball, but she contacts it. Her impact point is pretty high, and it's a little unassuming because she only does a step close. It's a real short set, and so it's a quick step close.
There's Carico off the net, not the set she wanted, but she makes the error there, and Klineman lets her know, my bad, I'll get you a better set next time. But 3-point lead here for the 1 seed. Don't want these girls to get too big of a cushion. Now, I don't know if you're aware, but Carico and Klineman actually beat Larsen and Flint early on in this tournament in the winner's bracket, and Larsen and Flint had to come out of the contenders to get back to where they are right now. So a little payback here for Larsen and Flint, hopefully.
And it's hard to beat the same team twice.
Right, especially the 1 seed, right? Staying aggressive at the net. It's gonna, how fun is it going to be to watch 6'2" or 6'3"? I believe Kelley Larsen's 6'2", and against a 6'5" block at the net. But Kelley's really athletic as well, so it should be fun to watch these tight balls here. Yeah, Kelley Larsen 6'2". And Lane showing her heat. She has obviously the off-speed game and the location with her shots, but hammering a few balls down the seam early here.
Hammering a few balls when it gets into her wheelhouse. I think one thing that I'm going to be paying attention to is how well each of these teams set each other. A lot of points can be won and lost in transition on the right set, and especially with such sizable blockers, that's going to be important. And the fact that Kelley can do something like that and sneak it by 6'5" Alix Klineman, you know, it's
Betsi
impressive.
with the reverse pokey right there.
Oh, Betsi, excuse me.
Betsi went back and went to the left side. There we go. There's a battle at the net, and Klineman, the 6'5" blocker, comes up with it. 8-10. Few good battles here at the net so far. Alix Klineman, second actually in aces. I think I said third earlier. She's second in aces on the tour right now, and that's going to be really tough for Betsi to win that battle at the net.
Completely, and those are the difference makers. You know, like now it's a 9-10. That's a different pressure, especially when you have the ad. Those add up. I don't know how much of a fan I am of a really spinny set in a transition like that, and that's wow.
Oh wow, good eye by Betsi. That ball is 2 inches out.
Out of bounds, would have tied it up. It's down to a 2-point lead.
It's interesting, I'm looking at the stat list here, and these girls are all over the top 5 in stats. I mean, each one of them has definitely been a top player all season. There's a free ball coming from Carico and Klineman. Flint Larsen take advantage of it. I've been so impressed. We have a technical timeout right now, but I've been so impressed with the way Betsi Flint plays. The more I get to watch her, she's just so steady. Her location on everything. She's always giving herself a few options by getting her feet to the ball, and it's just so consistent.
Consistent is exactly the word, Tri. She knows when to hit an off-speed ball, a half-speed ball, a 60% ball, or when to unload. And just having that wherewithal in each moment does give her so many options. And she can hit, like that last ball was a 60% ball, but she hit it to the right place at the right depth. And that's real difficult to defend, especially in transition.
Like I said before, DJ Rocher's got this place rocking. That guy is loving life. Look at him.
Dab it, dab it. You're welcome.
Keep going,
San
dude.
Francisco.
There she is. Give a round of applause to that young lady.
Loving it.
Celebrating her 22nd birthday this week.
Yeah, you commit to a Jumbotron appearance.
Yeah.
100%. There it
you
is.
You gotta go for it when they throw you up there. Get it. Get it. Rodeo.
Break it down one time.
Loving the vibe. If you're in the area, come on down. There might not be much space for you pretty soon here. Fire marshals might have to stop people from coming in. The party is going, and it ain't stopping anytime soon. We're only in the first set here of the women's final. Of course, the men's final's coming up after this. We'll be here all afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Get your dance on, girl.
Right next to AT&T Park. What a weekend we've had. It's been so cool.
We got the AT&T Park, the Giants Stadium on one side, and then we got the Bay Bridge on the other side. It's quite a unique beach volleyball setting.
A lot of boat traffic this weekend. It's been so pretty that we've got a lot of boats pulling up, checking it out, seeing what's going on.
Betsi Flint, 6th on the tour in aces as of right now. Let's see what she's got here. Oh, Lane Carico staying aggressive. I like the positioning of Kelley Larsen there, but it looks like she opened her shoulders up a little bit lack of discipline there. Couldn't get up and over too quick. Didn't make a decision beforehand, and Lane just kind of beat her to the punch there.
Lane has a really interesting arm slot on her arm swing, and I think it just takes a little bit for the blockers to figure out where that exactly is. But then eventually they find it.
Oh, here we go, Betsi. Nice try.
And she gets to put away. It's a 1-point game.
Would you say Lane takes it more so on her right shoulder, or further in front of her body than most players, or is it?
She leans
further.
So the body leans away from the arm.
Okay.
And so a lot of people try to go nose to nose and they body up, but her arm is outside of that.
Okay. Interesting. Obviously, I've never played her, so I wouldn't really know, but that definitely has a factor when you're lining up on someone's body and their contact point is outside of that. Great shot by Betsi. I've been seeing her do that all weekend, that jumbo. And as you know, that's one of the hardest shots to hit. I saw you hit a few, actually.
Thanks. Yeah. That was actually a goal of mine this this last training camp that we had in The Hague, Netherlands. Was I needed a jumbo because I fell in love with my baby line, and I needed something to counter that because you know, you got to stay one step ahead, and clearly it caught up to me. So, but yeah, the jumbo is a dangerous element, and it is. You don't want to punch it, but you want to have the right timing for it.
Yeah, it's definitely a tough skill to have. Of course, I play with Johnny Hayden, who sometimes we call him Johnny Jumbo. So I got to see plenty great jumbos by him, and look at that play. Betsi, once again, just kind of
real crafty
and just improvising when things aren't in system and going well. She makes the right move, and you know, she's a assistant coach at LMU, so obviously she studies the game, and she actually teaches the game to the women at LMU.
Her and Johnny Mayer, and you can kind of see a resemblance in both their styles of play.
That's a good point, actually. Nice hustle by Klineman.
Yeah, real good hustle.
The dive there. That was the courtesy dive.
Yeah, I got your back, teammate.
Yeah,
you're not going down alone on that ace.
Exactly. Betsi going back to Carico. They're struggling to pass that one right now. Here we go. This is a nice transition.
That's the set.
Wow.
That is the set that makes a difference in the finals of an AVP.
And the reason they're able to do that set made itself back in practice last week. You know that those are the plays that you're practicing all the time in practice. The roll set where you're out of system, but can you get yourself into system for a swing and attack? And that's what they did right there. Great execution.
That's a great ball.
Lane not giving up on it, though.
No doubt. You know you have to make a good shot to outrun Lane. She's so quick, but what a great hand by Kelley Larsen to finish that, to ensure that it didn't land in, but yet you still have to outrun Lane.
And as they take a commanding lead here, 17-12, and Carico and Klineman got to take a timeout to kind of cool themselves off and cool off, obviously, the Larsen and Flint, who are kind of on fire right now.
Yeah, Larsen and Flint have a great mental game, and I think they have a great mental edge right now, in a lot of ways. But they're just executing, and they've been here before, and they know how to just flip that switch and do them.
You know, they're so young. Betsi Flint is 24 years old. Kelley Larsen's 25, but they're the experienced team out here. They've won the Cincinnati Open, so they have an AVP victory under their belt back in 2015 tournament that I won as well with Johnny.
Hey.
Anyway, and then this year they actually won an FIVB in China, 3-star event, I believe. So it wasn't the highest level, but actually it was a 2-star. But still, getting an FIVB win, it was one of the lower level events. But I mean, just the fact that they finished it out and won that match and were in that situation says a lot.
No doubt. Learning how to win is important. And I think that's what's also too is you see Alix Klineman, who has won at a very high level indoor, and so like knowing how to win and your volleyball IQ is going to be in those, they're in your bones. But that confidence and the timing of having Betsi and Kelley trust in each other. This is a long-standing partnership, and they've won together where Lane and Alex are still kind of going, do I really trust you in certain situations?
Right. For sure that they have the chemistry advantage and the experience advantage out here. However, as we have a good rally here, Alix Klineman called for the lift. But Klineman and Carico actually went to high school together. They're both from Manhattan Beach. They both live in Manhattan Beach now. They both played college volleyball. Alex played at Stanford, just down the street from here, where she was an All-American, and then played 5 years overseas, 4 of them in Italy, one of the top leagues. So she's definitely played at a really high level, played under pressure, and I mean, that's why she's in the final in the first place. But in terms of beach volleyball, She's kind of the rookie out here as they get the kill, and Kelley Larsen, I think, was called for the lift there. Here we go, Klineman back to serve with that tough float serve. Nope. 29 aces on the season. Oh, sorry, Carico is back to serve. 19-13, it's gonna take a big comeback here to win this first for Carico.
Ooh.
Nice tool. There's a beach play right there,
yeah,
right?
Good challenge. You know, sometimes if you don't find that arm, you push too hard too early and you can net. There's a lot of, it's a precarious play, but you got to get your feet there, and Kelley did exactly that. Got her feet there real well.
Here we go, Larsen going after Carico. That's a tight set, and of course the 6'2" Larsen's gonna steal that low line all day. And Larsen and Flynn win the first set and acting like they've been here before, which they have, and we'll see what kind of adjustments.
They handled it.
We'll see what kind of adjustments either team's making. I mean, I would assume that Betsi and Kelley don't really make any adjustments. They just stay neutral and present and be ready for Alix and Lane to come out with something new. But I don't know. What do you do here?
I mean, I think I would stay on the attack. I would go right back at Lane Carico and just. I think Kelley has a great beat on her in her block timing. She got her lineup right. Lane was beating her on the inside a few times, and it took just little by little. They stuck to that game plan, and it started working for them. So I don't think you let up. I don't think you let the, and just kind of get to a place of complacency and just kind of hold steady. I think you stay on the attack, because as physical as that other team is across the net, you got to stay on the grind, and I think attack, attack, attack.
I like it. Love the input, and look at the fans just flowing the wave over here as it comes over by us. Let's get into this, Brittany.
Yeah, yeah, commit. Feel the burn.
Mark Sherman conducting the crowd.
We're almost silent. I can hear a pin drop in the sand. It is silence. Everyone's falling asleep. It's so quiet. And we actually come to a halted stop. Stay there. We stop and we reverse directions. We're coming back around this way. We're still slow. We're coming back around. Yep. You can pick it up. Oh, there it is. We're going fast. Go, 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 go. Fast and loud to finish it off. Come on, come on. Woo! Back to clubbing and beautiful. We're going 2 more times around. Come on. Faster and louder. The louder we go. Jimmy, back to NBC. Come on. Go, 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 go. I see you. I see you. 1 more time around. Let's go. As fast as you can for 5 more seconds. Come on. 3, 2, 1, stop. Oh, nice job. Give yourselves a round of applause for that.
Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that shot of the stadium right now.
Oh, yes.
Beautiful.
I know you know this. I know you know this. Stand up already.
American flag is flying. Check out the flags, everybody. Keep that in mind, what you're seeing in the flags. That wind is coming through the stadium, and that's something that ladies are going to have to deal with here in the second set.
Yeah, it's been pretty whippy yesterday, late afternoon, quarterfinals, outside courts. We had free score, and we were up 14-12. And that's how influential the wind can get, and that free score can get nasty. And so, yeah, it looks like there's a clear good side, bad side. And it's how well you manage that bad side and how many real points you can get on that good side before the free score sets in.
I hear you. Here we go, Lane Carico starting up the second, going to Betsi Flint. And of course, Betsi does that. Could have been a free ball. Now they're getting a free ball back, and she chooses to go back, move Alix Klineman's block around, stays aggressive at the big block, and gets the kill. That's all Betsi right there.
It's all Betsi. She just has such great wherewithal. She knows when to, like, where that blocker's drifting, and her timing is just really nice to watch.
Lane goes into the net with that one. 2-0 start for the 1 seed in this tournament. You know, you usually, a lot of times you can tell just by watching, there's always maybe one player out there who's thinking a little more, who's a little more on it, who understands what's going on, and there's a little more intention behind each move. And right now, I feel like that's Betsi out here.
Completely, and it's an interesting balance of like thinking and feeling without overthinking.
Yeah.
And sometimes overthought makes a player go internal, and like how to stay external, but in that striking that chord of thinking and feeling. Because she has great feel, like that's feel.
It's for me, it's a matter of the work is done. You know, everything that she's seeing, she's already saw it in practice. She practiced it in this mindset already. So now she just goes out there and performs. Because really, it's a bang bang sport. Everything happens so fast. You don't have no time to think.
Yep.
And look at her partner. Dominating at the net, so athletic. Kelley Larsen able to make a lot of plays at the net, but also she's able to drop off the net and make a lot of digs as well in the backcourt. So she's got that all-around skill, and that team's just got that 1-2 combo.
Yeah, the rhythm is there. They play in rhythm with each other very, very well.
Here we go, Lane Carico. Played at the University of Miami indoors, actually. Nice dig by her. Larsen able to come up with it on
What a play.
Betsi. Wow. Larsen giving Betsi an opportunity to kind of do something with it. A lot of players would have just kept that in play, but Betsi's able to locate some open court.
Great vision, and then executed real nicely with a clean hand.
Such good chemistry. You know, Larsen, she didn't see where Betsi was, but she knew she would. She knew she would be there coming off that touch. And another block by Kelley Larsen. Klineman's putting Carico a little too tight, I think, right now. I think that's what they might be talking about. You don't want to. Lane's already a smaller player, undersized, and it looks like Kelley's getting a good penetration on the ball. And
Kelley has a good beat on Lane. Lane gets real uncomfortable when I thought Klineman set her quite nicely a little bit earlier for the last few. That one, I think she's trying to make it too sharp. She's trying to make it too clean because Lane's angles off the net are like that. So she's either going to have to deal with a block and keep her angles, or she's going to have to adjust her angles by getting an offset. I think Klineman is just trying to figure out what that is. But I think it's more so that Lane tries to go angle and harder angle, and that's when she taped.
Yep. Now they stay on Carico, as we'd expect here. Make Klineman set. Nice swing by Lane, switching it up. Going down that seam really makes the defense have to stay neutral and not make too many big moves, right? Because that's the easiest ball to stop. But if you're moving too much on defense, that's the easiest kill to make as well.
Yeah, it's threading that needle of that timing.
It's a scary play to make for sure. And look at that. They double up on the angle, but Betsi's shot just too good. They are rolling right now. 8-2. Betsi back to serve.
Yeah, they are feeling it.
And Lane Carico in the net. I almost want to see them. They're going to go at Lane, obviously, and Lane's passing well, but I feel like Betsi and Kelley's defense is just set up perfectly for what they're doing. Maybe Lane tries to switch it up. I don't know if she's confident with Alix setting her in a different situation, running a different tempo maybe. Obviously, setting is such a big part of the beach game, and with Alix only playing about 5 or 6 events that we've, how many events have we had this year? 5? You know, it's a tough skill to have, and obviously they don't have the chemistry yet either. And that one goes just out. So 10-3, this is quite a commanding lead, especially for a final, not something we're used to seeing in a final.
Yeah, no doubt. It's, you know, it's hard to stay interested sometimes because you kind of see when a team gets into just one speed. Lane is one speed right now. She's pretty one-dimensional, and Betsi and Kelley are just exploiting that, and that's, you know, good luck, bad luck on the beach is there are no subs.
Right.
You know, like the only way forward is through.
Right.
And you know, like coming up with a solution in that moment is what makes the good teams great.
Right.
And I don't think there's a lot of strategy right now or problem solving happening on the side of Carico and Klineman.
Lane definitely more of an instinctual player rather than a strategist, I would say. I'm actually kind of that style of player, which is, wow, look at this rally. Oh, nice effort by Klineman and Carico, but once again, they can't come up with it. And this thing is getting away from the indoor player and Lane Carico, of course. No answer for Kelley and Betsi. There's a nice cutty right there, though.
Yeah, real smooth. It's nice to see Klineman still very verbally active and committed to delivering. It's hard to be 6'5" and completely be taken out of the game and not be a factor. And that's sometimes the more like discouraging role is when you're setting.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and she was a big factor in the beginning of the match where they actually beat these ladies. Klineman was on and a factor on every play, and then even earlier today, and right now she's getting taken out of it.
And that's going to be an experience thing where, you know, she's going to just find a way to insert herself into matches, whether that's developing a serve that creates aces. Of course, we've said she does already generate a lot of aces.
There's a timeout here from Carico and Klineman.
But, you know, if she wants to go on to, you know, different skills like that, you know, give her time, and then she'll be inserting herself into matches and taking them over.
Right. Yeah, it's interesting. I'd be interested to hear the dialogue on the side of Carico and Klineman right now, or even on both sides, but Klineman's still in that learning phase, so I'm sure she's looking to Carico for some of that insight. And they're talking right now, but as of right now, they really don't have any answers. And Betsi and Kelley obviously played at a high level. They've won tournaments before, and they just have a lot of chemistry, and they're trusting each other.
No doubt. I think they have a great game plan, a great rhythm. Betsi and Kelley are just they're just in execution mode.
Exactly.
They're in the moment. They're not having to kind of patch holes in the dam right now. And I think Carico and Klineman got away with being extremely physical to, you know, get where they are today, like here in the finals. And they've done a great job. But a lot of times teams don't know what to do with a new team. And Betsi and Kelley do their homework. They film every match. They watch, they prepare very well. They don't have their coach with them this week, in Scott Davenport. He's overseas winning golds, but they for sure know how to prepare, and you can tell that they're prepared today.
Right. Oh, there's a battle at the net that Larsen comes up with, a tight pass, and this is getting further and further away from them. This is the second year, I believe, in San Francisco.
Yeah.
And last year's champions were April Ross and Carrie Walsh-Jennings. And Kelley Larsen and Betsi Flint getting close to getting their names on that list right there.
Yeah, San Francisco is such a cool event. It's always a great city to come to with the backdrop that we got right there. Just, you can't beat it. The weather has been great. The fans have been even better.
There we go. Alix Klineman inserting herself.
There it is, exactly.
That's what they needed, and look at that. We got a timeout from Betsi and Kelley.
And that's a veteran move. That's, you know, you're up 15-6. Do you call a timeout and say, nope, that's not us, and let's get back to us? Or do you just keep sighting out clean and let this bleed out? So that's a real mature move, to be honest.
I agree. I think when you're young, you're kind of in denial. You're like, no.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good. They're not on a run, you know. But even if it's not true, obviously we all have that confidence. That's why we're out here. That's why we're elite athletes. We're able to brush it off quickly. But to be able to take that timeout, now you're also in the head of the other your opponent and making them maintain that mental focus while you get to reset yours.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree. Definitely a veteran move. Let's see what Mark Sherman's up to here down on the stadium.
That's what we're going for, and I think these guys might do it. So we're starting right on the net, real close, real easy. You toss it to your partner, you take one step back, and then you toss it to your partner over the net. We go back and forth. The last one with their balloon intact will take home a couple of VIP passes to use for the men's finals. You six ready? 5 ladies, 1 gentleman. You ready to do this? You guys ready for this? Looking to beat the record, and I think we might do it in 3, 2, 1, go. Yes, we already beat the record. Nice job. Keep going. No, yeah, toss it again. You just keep going. Now we back up. We back up and toss again. Oh, 1 down. We're down. Oh, my gosh. You know what? Just keep going. Just keep going. Here we go. Let's see how many we can get. We're looking for 10 or 2. Nice job, Sorta. Great job. You're taking home some VIP passes. Yes. Those balloons are filled with, well, it is water because they're not 21. It's definitely just water in those balloons, for sure.
Producer Daniel, we beat the record. We've been above 1. We beat the record. I knew we could do it. Those balloons must be awful.
We stand.
Well, we saw an incredible comeback. 1 match, make it 2 matches ago. In the first men's semifinal, Billy Alix, Stafford Switch, did something absolutely insane. Looked down in the dumps, but they came back from 9-14 to win the third set 16-14. We need an even bigger comeback right now from Lane and Alix. But if anybody's going to do it, it might be those 2. Coming back on the court, San Francisco, coming back on ABC. One here, let me get those hands together. The ladies will switch sides, I do believe.
Here we go. We're back at it. Tri-born here with Brittany Hochevar. 15-6. And Alix Klineman and Lane Carico got their work cut out for them, but today we're crowning a champion, so the vibe is good and we're having fun here. Let's see what they got in store. Betsi Flint serve receive, and once again finding open court, making it look so easy. I swear it's not that easy. Everyone back home. She makes it look like she's at practice right now.
Yeah, it's been fascinating to me to watch some of the scores happen where you think it's going to be a really gnarly matchup, and then it's a, one team gets to double digits,
right?
And there's something that's changing in the game where it all comes down to that deuce set on that frozen score.
Wow, Betsi continues to perform. This is getting ugly.
It is. They're opening it up.
Nice serve down Carico's line. And here we go. Betsi's going to have another shot to find some open court, and she does. Off the block of Klineman.
I like that she's not afraid to go at the 6'5" blocker. That doesn't deter her from going to that line ball.
Right. Yep, very impressive. Kind of using her whole repertoire out here. Now, again, they're not able to be in system. Here we go. We got a nice little chase down.
Kelley Larsen on two.
Not able to get it. Kelley Larsen unloading on two. Both players are feeling it right now.
Alix Klineman blocked her on the last on two ball, and I felt that Kelley Larsen didn't get her feet to that one on this side when they had, and there she totally worked hard to get both feet under that ball, and that just created a gnarly angle. That
look at that. Carico's diving on serve receive, and now they're going to have another shot going back. Not the best choice there. What happened right there, Brittany?
Yeah, you know.
She committed. It looks like she, before she saw where she passed it, she committed to going back. So she obviously wants to move the block around. That's part of their strategy, but she had to take care of the pass
You got to finish one skill at a time.
Exactly.
If that mind gets too far ahead or too far in the past, then you're in trouble. And she brought it right back.
That's what she was trying to do. I think she realized it. Finished the pass her second time around.
I like that she went right back to it, that she didn't shy away from it just because of the result of the last ball.
Right.
That she said, no, that was a skill error rather than getting hung up on the result. That's fearlessness, and that's what's going to do it for them right here.
And the fans are on their feet. It is match point. Flint and Larsen looking to be crowned champions. And there's a block, and it's over. Flint and Larsen, their second title on the AVP tour. They're the one seed here, the favorites, and they don't disappoint.
What a great move. Kelley just stayed committed to making minor blocking adjustments this whole match. And it's not what you do, it's when you do it. But they did it over and over and over and over. And those two know the taste of champagne. They've been doing a great job, both domestically and internationally. They're a tough team to beat right now.
Wow, what a final. You'd never see scores like that in a final. 21-13, 21-8.
Yeah.
But, you know, you like to see more competitive finals for sure, but I don't think Kelley and Betsi care at all. The taste of champagne
Not at
is
all.
just so
You know,
way too
as
sweet.
an